What is going on? Welcome back to a brand new video. David Uncut. We're talking about Pacers, Knicks, Game 3. This is do or die for the Knicks. Pacers are up 2-0. They steal the first two games in Madison Square Garden. Unbelievable. I'm pretty sure everyone was shocked that the Knicks were down 0-2 to start this series. I mean, that's just absurd, especially with playing in New York, home court advantage. That's just crazy. Now the Knicks, how do you regroup, right? How do you figure out a way to come back? Because if you go down 3-0, that's it. You're going to Cancun. There's no way that you're going to beat a team 4 times straight. There's no way that you're going to play perfect basketball for 4 games straight, right? So the Pacers, man, they play unbelievable at home. They are just such a good team defending home court, and that's kind of how this game started out, right? Tyrese Halliburton and gang, all of them, they contribute to playing a right brand of basketball, right? They move the ball, they pass around, and honestly, their shots, even though they're contested, look like with green bars, right? They look, shoot it up, and it's going in, right? And that's kind of how this game started out. The Pacers were ahead this entire game. They were up, they were going, and then in the second quarter, that's when the Knicks were kind of, okay, now we're pulling up a little bit, we're on your heels, the game is within 7, and then by halftime, the Pacers were up by 20. Okay, when you're up by 20 going into halftime, how do you regroup, right? This again is reminder, do or die for the Knicks. You cannot go down 0-3. You cannot, simply you can't. And what ends up happening? Tom Thibodeau says, you know what? We're throwing everything, the kitchen sink, we're throwing it all. Every lineup imaginable, guys that have not played this series or even really in the playoffs, you're getting some burn right now, right? Because you have to throw whatever you think is going to work, right? Because like I said, if you go down 0-3, the series is done, right? No matter how you slice it, the series is done. So he threw every lineup, every combination, guys and players that have not played a whole lot together. He even threw out a lineup that the lineup hasn't played 5 minutes together. They haven't played a single minute in the regular season together, right? And that's what started this comeback. Karl Anthony Towns had 4 points going into the fourth quarter. 4 points, okay? Karl Anthony Towns is the highest paid player out of the 4 remaining teams is Karl Anthony Towns. And for him to only have 4 points going into the fourth quarter is absurd, right? Okay, so there's that. And then in the fourth quarter, Karl Anthony Towns, it's almost like he said, okay, wait, hold a minute. I am a superstar. I am an NBA all-star. I can actually play basketball. And that's exactly what happened. This man was looking like Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, all of these clutch players into one in that fourth quarter. 20 points in the fourth quarter. Unbelievable. This man was shooting threes out of nowhere. Offensive rebounds, he was driving to the hole. And when he does this, right, same thing for like players like LeBron or Giannis, if they just drive to the basket, no one can stop them. And that's exactly what Karl Anthony Towns did. He said, no, hold on. I am this giant dude on the floor. No one can stop me, right? It's almost like he realized like, oh, wait a minute. I can't actually do this. And that was the recipe for success in the fourth quarter. The Knicks, they were right there, banging on the door, banging on the door, banging on the door. And finally in that fourth quarter, they just exploded. And mind you, Jalen Brunson was on the bench for a majority of this fourth quarter when the rally started for the Knicks. And that, you know, you kind of get some weird combinations when a superstar of Jalen Brunson's caliber sits on the bench for a period of time and then somebody else has to pick up the load. And that's kind of saying, no, give me the ball. I'm gonna go beast mode right now. And that's what Karl Anthony Towns did. So mind you, Jalen Brunson is on the bench. Karl Anthony Towns is going to work, and that's what really rallied this comeback because Jalen Brunson wasn't really on his A game. It wasn't a breakthrough performance for him. So without Cat, this Knicks team is down 0-3. And if Karl Anthony Towns played the way that he did in those first 2 games, they're also down 0-3. But that didn't end up happening. And which makes it so much more exciting because we don't want a quick series, right? We don't want to be already in the finals because then that's the NBA season's already over. We want a lengthy Eastern Conference final. And in a weird way, the Minnesota Timberwolves, they win game 3, right? And then the Knicks win game 3. So both teams that were down 0-2 managed to punch back and get game 3 victories, which makes these series that much more exciting because you got to believe in that Knicks locker room, in the Knicks away locker room, that we can win game 4. And if they win game 4, oh my God. I mean, we have a brand new series, right? The whole we're up 2-0 kind of mentality is done, right? So with that being said, I think the Knicks are going to be able to win game 4. And I hope they do, right? Because I want more basketball. I want these two teams to go at each other. They're very well matched. The Pacers, I would say, are slightly above on pace than the Knicks. But if Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, and the role players just step up, they got some great three-point shooters, right, on the Knicks. If they just come together as a team and Karl Anthony Towns just drives to the basket, shoots those threes, and just is aggressive, man, I don't know if anybody on the Pacers can stop him. I'm just being honest here, right? So game 3, Knicks win. Game 4, let me know what your thoughts are. What's your prediction? Are the Knicks going to win? Are the Pacers going to win? If the Pacers go up 3-1, again, that's probably series is done, right? Because you're not going to win 3 straight either way. I mean, you could, right? That's a lot more probable than going down 0-4 or 0-3, but still, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe to the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.